You're watching Explore Tulsa.
This building's super special. The George Kaiser Foundation renovated the building, and it's housing the Tulsa Artist Fellowship. I may have said that wrong, but the people who apply to live here and do residency and work on their art are actually living upstairs in the building. And in the back of the building is their artist studios. So that's super special. And then the front is the retail space. I think there's probably some thought that the retail space will help sustain the building by utilizing those as commercial properties. So it's neat. It's a very full building. So upstairs actually residents, and then all the storefronts in the front. Yeah, I mean, a bodega traditionally, say if you visited Manhattan or something, would be a small store like similar size to this. It would be more crowded, probably with inventory, but it would just like supply the neighborhood or the offices nearby with like the things that they need, the convenience items they need. Similar to a convenience store here, but they don't do the gas. I've always been interested in food and food culture, and then the lack of having the store down here, so that was just kind of a natural fit. I did end up operating a store a few years ago in downtown, servicing the food need as well. And that did fail, so it was like a big learning curve for me to like figure out what I did wrong and like be able to correct those mistakes.
Well, I hadn't known her before our interview, and she just seemed like really level-headed and calm. I mean, she put this whole thing together, and I know it was like very fast-paced getting the build-out done and everything. So I just like that she can just take charge and make stuff happen.
And I'm not really sure how I ended up in two businesses. I think that it was just, I like to get stuff done, and when I see something that needs to be done, I step in and try to do it. So, there was a need for food downtown, and the original operator of Dwelling Spaces was ready to kind of step back, and I somehow got thrown into the mix, and I was like really excited to continue her legacy of like supporting local and providing local retail and downtown retail. So that just kind of happened organically. I have a kitchen manager, and he makes a lot of prepared foods in-house. So we do a lot of fresh foods because we don't have like a fryer or like a grill. So a lot of our things are fresh foods, like tabbouleh salads or like quinoa things, or items that are generally healthy options for people who are down here, and quick grab-and-go items, so like tuna salads and stuff like that. And we just supply like drinks and snacks and those items that when you're in a hurry that you need. And then also for people who live downtown and they need an onion to finish dinner, or they need some items to get through like lunch tomorrow, or getting kids fed for whatever reason, like if they hadn't been prepared with a larger store trip, they could make that happen with what we have here. I divide my time. I stay busy, but I'm here for lunch, and most of the morning times I'm in the bodega, and in the afternoons I'll go over to the box yard and see what's going on over there. The box yard's pretty special because it's all independently owned, shops and retail, everybody in there, like you know all the owners. So similar to this Archer building, same thing. Everybody here, you get to know them, and you know the person behind the stores. So it's pretty special to be involved in two independent projects like that aren't commercial at all.
She really just puts Tulsa before herself, and Dwelling Spaces was such a big name and a big icon for the downtown community. So she wanted to keep that going, and then also had her bodega, doing the work on that to get that going. So I mean, it's just really cool I love entrepreneurship, and I just admire that someone can just take the reins and make stuff happen.
So Dwelling Spaces is a retail store that's been open for 11 years and some change. And it originally was furniture, fixtures, and things for your house, hence the name Dwelling Spaces. But the lady that was operating it, the owner, Mary Beth, started making some t-shirts or doing some different things that were supporting local artists and supporting local art. And so she started realizing that there was a need for somewhere that sold local items, and so she had a focus like selling local art and like things that were made in Oklahoma or things that celebrated Tulsa. So that's kind of how it became known.
When this location opened, it's been more of like a park life, going outdoors, hanging with the family. So we kept our local, with the t-shirts and the different products and things like that. We definitely kept that focus in our coffee shop. It's all local coffee. But as far as, let's go grab a blanket and hang out at Guthrie Green, we wanted to provide the chairs and, the blankets and the bags to hold your drinks, so that you could just go make a day of it.
I would say here is a very functioning space that is like providing something to the neighborhood, and the box yard is almost more of a destination space for somebody who is going down to shop and look around like on the weekend or from out of town. It's more of a hangout spot. It's a really neat place to go visit and get ice cream. And the patio has a nice bar. You can sit and have a drink and look at the Tulsa skyline, which is really nice.
People will see the box yard on the news or in the paper, and they want to come see what's new in downtown. So they'll make a trip and come from an outside city. And so we're definitely getting a different clientele of people. Here, people are specifically coming to the shop to see what's going on, what's new in Tulsa.
So, my goal is to hopefully leave Tulsa better than I found it, like the Girl Scout motto or something. It's like I'm trying to help provide the neighborhood with, my bodega and try to do what I think needed to be done because I need items done. I've utilized the store a lot myself. Just when you need something, it's really difficult to get it always if you're down here.
Yeah, we don't really have anywhere we're still building, so we don't have like groceries, and we don't have groceries here either, but where you can just pop in and pick up a quick snack.
There was times when I was eating dinner with my family and I asked the server, I was like, is there any way I can buy like just 2 pieces of bread so I can make lunch for my daughter tomorrow? Just like, because I didn't want to get in my car and drive 4 miles or 5 miles when it's not on the way home, because there's nothing on the way home because there's no stores down here. So, the food desert thing is real. We're obviously not a solution to that. We're just, maybe a little part of helping the solution.
I'm definitely a Tulsa advocate. Like, I recently moved downtown and I walk everywhere. Public transit's really important to me. So just me living the lifestyle that I hope to see a future Tulsa, that's what I strive for. And so Dwelling Spaces has really opened up that door for me to allow me to be here, to live downtown and just be right in the middle of everything.
So yeah, my goal with this is just to do something for the city and help Tulsa progress and help get more people downtown, filling up these old buildings, and provide local independent retail, which I think is important right now in the Amazon era, and some of those items, the sci-fi part of me that gets scared that in 20 years there's not going to be stores to go to anymore because everything's going to be delivered to you. It's not what I want the future to look like. So I hope to be a part of showing people what quality independent retail can look like, and kind of bringing it back to where we were before Walmart and Amazon.